All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today we have a full agenda. I'm going to be teaching you, exposing you a little bit about these different topics. Then on Monday the 21st, we're going to start our map test. Okay? Now, your map test, this is your final one, okay? It's just going to tell us a couple of things. One, if you're ready for the SBAC test that's in May, which is the state test. And then another thing is like, okay, where are you at? What kind of class should you be taking as an 8th grader in math? Okay? Because there's different levels of math in 8th grade. And part of what helps your teacher determine your placement is your map test. So you want to make sure that you do well on this test. You try your best. We improve our map scores on Monday. I do need your iPad here on Monday, preferably charged, okay? You're going to be taking your test on the iPad, so we need it. All right, so I need your notebooks out now, because today, talking about these 3 different things, all of which are brand new. So instead of taking a quiz, we're going to be learning a lot of new stuff. So let's get your notebooks out and ready. Now, on Monday we take the test. Does that mean we don't get to show work because it's on the iPad? Nope. Paper. You're going to still do it on paper, right? Kind of like you're due now, right? And some of you, I'm not going to mention any names, that would be bad. Some of you don't show work. And then how many mistakes do you make on the due now? A lot. You've got to make sure you're showing your work so we lessen the amount of mistakes. All right, so the first thing I'm going to teach you today, there's 3 things I'm going to teach you. 3. The first one, we're already recording, perfect. So today's date is 3/18/22, and we're going to do volume of a cylinder. What is a cylinder? A cylinder is a circle, but a 3D circle. If you've ever opened up a can of corn, green beans, they're all come in cylinders, like a can. A water bottle is like a cylinder. It's a circle, Diana, but it's 3D circle. Some of you have like the containers of water. It's a circle, it's 3D, so cylinder. These are all called cylinders. A cup, cylinder. Basically, the shape is a circle, but it has a height to it. So, yep. Sharpener, some of the candy containers. Here's how we draw a cylinder. You start with an oval. Start with an oval. Not like a circle, but like an oval. Okay? Then we're going to draw a height to it. And then close it up. And you close it up with like, kind of like you're forming another circle. Okay, so an oval, 2 straight lines going down. And then close these 2 straight lines kind of like with a little half a circle-ish, an arc. So the formula for cylinder. Volume is equal to pi times radius squared times. Now, this part, I'm not done. I'm taking a pause. Does anybody know where this part of the formula comes from? Area of a circle. Good job, whoever said that. So, pi r squared, which is what you did on the do now, this is the area of the circle. That was question number 2 on the do now. You had to do this. So you're going to use this for the cylinder, and you're going to then multiply by the height. So volume is equal to pi r squared times your height. So your cylinder, this part is your height, and your radius, is that the long line or the short line? Thanks. Short line. So let's label that. So volume is equal to pi r squared. So this is your height. This is your radius. And that's what we need. We only need 2 numbers, actually. You only need 2 numbers to find volume. Here we go. All right, let's do another cylinder. This one will be like, we don't mess with this one. This one's like the perfect one. It tells you where your height is and where your radius is. All right, let's do it. Oval, line, line. Then we're going to close this up. And I'm going to say that the radius is 7 inches. On your do now, does anybody remember what the radius was on the do now? No. Yes. So it's literally the same question on the do now, but this one is 3D. There's some height to it. And the height is going to be 10 inches. So you already have this problem halfway finished if you did number 2 correctly on the do now. So volume is equal to pi r squared times your big height. So let's start plugging in numbers. Should everybody in the classroom know what pi is? Yes, you should be able to. What is pi equal to? What is radius? 7 squared times, what's my height? 10. So write this down. All right. Now, what is 7 squared? What's 7 times 7? Okay, so some of you know this without even using a calculator, right? 49 times 3.14 times 10. Now, I'm hoping that if you ever get this on the test, they give you a calculator, right? Because that would be horrible for you not to use access to a calculator. Now, they might not. They may be like, hey, let's test them. Do they know how to multiply a bunch of digits? All right. So let's plug it in. Does it matter what I plug in first? No. 3.14 times 49. That was the answer for number 2, right? Now I get to multiply by 10. So my volume is equal to 1,538.6 inches. What? Cubed. Why is it cubed? Volume. You're multiplying 3 numbers, so therefore it has to be cubed. Volume is always cubed, no matter what the shape is. Okay. Now imagine someone walking in right now and go like, what are we doing today? Oh God, that looks really hard, right? And it does look really hard, but you already know how to do that part. We've been doing that part for weeks now. You did it today on your do now. The only thing I'm adding is this number, and that's it. And you're going to have access to a calculator. All right, let's try doing another one. I'm going to try to trick you.
Why would you tell?
To lessen the people that I trick.
What number is that?
20. Okay, 20 centimeters and 5 centimeters. So we have a cylinder that has a diameter of 20 centimeters and a height of 5 centimeters. So what do I do? No.
You have to cut down the diameter. 10 centimeters times 10 is 100.
So 3.14 times my radius. What's my radius? 10. Remember how I said I was going to trick you? Some kids were saying another number. 10 squared times 5, right? So, okay. First thing is make sure you can write down the numbers. Then, cool, let's use a calculator. Well, we don't really need a calculator for 10 times 10, do we? No. Oh, good. I was scared. Yes, good, you know. So this is 100. All right. Times 5, and keep your answers to yourself for a second, times 3.14. All right, don't shout it out. Type this all into a calculator. You're multiplying. Type this all into a calculator. Type it all into a calculator. You might get a calculator on Monday. Practice using a calculator so you're better prepared. We do it now. You don't fear it when you have it on Monday. Now, not every problem gives you a calculator. It's only if the little calculator icon pops up is when you can use a calculator. All right. What did we get?
1,570 centimeters cubed.
Good. Volume is equal to 1,570 centimeters cubed. How do we get that? You just type these numbers in. Now, Miss Amelie, I'm using a calculator. Do I have to show my work? Yes. The reason is, are you keeping track of everything, right? If you're trying to do this like, oh, I have a calculator, I don't need no paper. Yes, you do, because you got to keep track of all these numbers, and that's how kids make a mistake. They're like, oh, I can do this. No, you can't. You can't, okay? You have a calculator, cool. Still write down what you're doing. You hopefully will make less mistakes that way. Hopefully. It's not guaranteed, but you know, one would hope. One would hope. Alright. Does anybody remember how many things I'm going to teach you today? 3. So this is one of them. It's the 10. It should be a 10. Oh, that was, yeah, sorry, yeah. Yes, 10 squared, so the 20 is the whole line. Okay. But our formula is radius, which is half the line. Oh, that's how we get the 10.
Okay, thank you.
Let's get one to me, please. Stay on this side. Stay on this side. Stay on this side. Okay. Front side, which is your cylinders. So make sure it looks like a cylinder. Yours are hole punched differently. That's why I said stay on this side. Because I knew I can trust you guys. Okay, we're not going to do all of them, but we're going to do some of them. Okay, volume is equal to pi r squared times height. Maybe they'll write down the formula for you in like the problem, and it's like, yay, we have the formula. All right, the first thing I want you to do is not use the calculator. I'm not looking for the answer. I'm looking for what numbers you plug in, the work. So Victor, I'm not looking for the answer. I'm looking for what would you type into the calculator? What's the first thing?
3.14.
Good, so write that down. 3.14 times what? 6.
6 squared.
That was the first thing we said. So this, what do we write down? 3.14. What's my radius? 6. Then I put a little 2 times. What's my height?
11.
So write that down. I need you to tell me, like Miss Amelie, I can write down all the numbers I need before we type them in. Yes, times. So this is what I was looking for. I'm still not looking for an answer. 3.14 times r, which is 6, squared, times my height, which is 11. Okay, can you do the same thing for number 2? I'm not looking for an answer. Can you plug in your numbers for number 2 just like we did for number 1? Go. So number 2, I'm not looking for my answer is 500. Nah, not interested. How to set it up. That's the hard part. How do you set it up? So can you set up number 2? Can you set up number 2? Did you? Yeah. So that to me is the hardest part. Can you plug in the numbers in the right spot? Then I'm going to give you a calculator. Do you know what to do with it? Okay. So volume equals 3.14 times 24 squared times 30. If you did that before I did, you're in a very good spot. If you didn't, I'm a little super concerned. Okay, now we're going to go back and do the math. What's the first thing I have to do in the calculator, though? Before I do 3.14, I got to do the square. So the first thing you do on the calculator is this part. The squaring, right? Yeah, some of you can do it without a calculator, which is fantastic. So 3.14 times 36 times 11. All right, pop it all in the calculator. Go. Don't wait for someone to give you an answer. Type this in. Let's go. Go.
What is this? This is the Wi-Fi. For real, that's crazy.
Emmanuel, use a calculator. Plug them in. Did you get an answer? Huh? Let me grab my. Oh, I threw it away.
Okay, wait, is this right? Can I see? Huh? Is this right?
It's not supposed to drown me out. It's supposed to be like.
Somebody is this right?
Hold on. I'm doing his. And then. Not doing anything. Did you do 24 squared first? 24 times 24? Do it again. Otra vez. Una vez más.
Oh, I did 24 times.
Terrible.
I had
No, it has to be bigger. Okay, 24 times 24 equals times 5 times Okay, what do we get for number uno? Good. And number 2 is a really big number. Oh, wait. 24 times 24 times 3.14 times 30. 54,259.2 feet cubed. I'm hoping you get a calculator if you ever get these problems. Yes? Huh? Oh, number 3? Yeah, in a second.
Can I skip ahead?
No, we're done.
That's it?
That's it.
We're not gonna do the bottom?
No. How many things am I going to teach you today? 3. How many have I done? 1. I got to do 2 more. To the back. This is where I need your imagination. You have to imagine cutting these figures like with a knife. Okay? Have you guys ever seen or have cut a watermelon in half?
Yeah.
So when someone cuts a watermelon straight down and you open it up, what 2 shapes appear?
Triangle.
Circle and another circle, right?
Yeah.
So imagine yourself slicing a watermelon and you have a circle and a circle, right? A perfect circle. The watermelon might not look like a circle, it looks more like an oval type of thing. But when you open it, it's 2 circles. So, same thing on this worksheet. This is 7th grade math. We're done. We're done. We're done. It's not even on the canvas. This is called cross section. So when you slice, you're going to have to determine if I cut this cone in that direction, what shape will come out? When I open up the cone, so here's my cone. It's not full of ice cream. It's so sad, Diana, but that's right. Okay. And if I slice it like this, and I open it up, can't do that. Okay? What shape are shown? Am I going to get a square, a triangle, or a circle if I slice it this way? A triangle. So let's circle the answer that I just gave you because you were listening. Okay. Rectangular prism. One of these. And I'm going to slice it like this. What shape, if I slice it this way and I open it, am I going to get a rectangle, ellipse, or circle? Rectangle. Okay, number 3, which I don't have. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, but it's the process of elimination. Okay, number 3. If I slice it this way, well, I get pentagon, square, or ellipse. Pentagon. It has 5 shapes, 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you slice it, kind of like you're slicing butter, but in a weird shape. So you have a sphere. If I slice the sphere, what shape will I get? Number 5. What shape do I get when I slice it? Number 6. Now wait. You're right, but wait. If you have, I know it's going to be hard to see, but I got to put this in your brain. If you have a cylinder, which is one of these, if you slice it like this, you get circles, right? But if I slice it this way, Daisy, because there's no other place you should be looking but up here while I'm chopping this up. If I slice it this way, here's Emmanuel right here. It's not on your paper, it's here in my hand, Luis, right here. We're slicing. I love it when kids don't pay attention to the teacher because I know you're off task because you're not looking at me. Chopping away. Okay. If I slice it this way, you get a rectangle. Okay? If you slice it this, I know it's hard. I know, it's like,
you take it out like actually slice.
no, because it's...
So what would it be if you tried to make it?
It's like an oval.
So how would you cut it?
Wait, no, wouldn't it be like an oval?
No, this is a circle. This would literally be a rectangle. I know it's hard to see. Maybe I will. There is a video.
Isn't it there like one side is a rectangle and the other side is a
Would it be
Sorry.
Because there will be a curve.
There would be a round side.
This, oh my gosh, children, stop. This, trust the teacher.
But there wouldn't be a curve.
No. This, because you're taking a 3D shape and making it 2D, flat.
But the other
You sound like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
but then the other side, what about that?
Okay.
You got rectangle.
Okay. This is the second thing I gotta teach you. This right here. And it's all about using your imagination. There is, but I'm too busy right now.
Tomorrow? I mean on Monday?
Huh? No, it's still a second one. This kid's still don't understand. We got like 30 minutes. And I gotta teach you another thing.
Diana, sit down. Thank you very much. Have a good day. How's God
Feels like dirt. Alright. This is, no, you're doing it right now, Mylin. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Go. It's the same thing. Let's go. Yes. Here's your cone. Okay, this one. What do we get? Cube. Or, no, square is not 3D. So a rectangle or a cube. It's one of these. So your box. And then when we open it up, looks like this. Okay? Next one. What do we call that? Cylinder. Very good. Cylinder. It's weird in a way. You got your two circles and the rectangle. Close it up. It becomes a cylinder. Okay. Okay, this one. So it is a pyramid, but what kind of bottom does it have? A square. So you have a pyramid, right? This is what looks like my pyramid, but the bottom is a square. Okay? And then the other one is a pyramid, triangle, pyramid. So this one is this triangle. All the sides are triangle, right? The other one had a square in it. So when I open it up, it also has triangles. All right? And then the last one is what we did yesterday with volume. It's a triangular prism. Triangular prism. The difference is it has triangles on the top and bottom, but it's made up of rectangles in the middle. So rectangles in the middle, triangles on the edge. Triangles. Okay? All right, cool. Back to your notebooks. Woo! Third thing. Third and last, third and last, third and last. I got to teach you 3 things today.
That was?
I thought that was the third thing.
No, this goes with this.
Oh,
With the slicing. We can do this, we can do this. We're not going to do this. We're going to run out of time, but it's fine. All right.
why not just make a video?
I am. Because you're all going to watch it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if, like,
Take your left hand. This only works if you take your left hand. If you're a lefty, sorry. Not sorry. Trace your left hand. It only works if you trace your left hand. So if you're a righty, no big deal. If you're a lefty, you struggle a little. But haven't you struggled this whole time? Scissors, everything. Oh, the spirals, right? This the binding gets in your way if you're a lefty. The world is just not fair to left-handed people. Desk or right hand, everything. It's terrible. Okay, that's not. Okay, the reason the left hand, not the right hand, is because the left hand works perfect when we learn about box and whisker plots.
We learn about whiskers?
Yep. Box and whisker plots. The reason it's called a box and whisker plot is because it has boxes and it has these lines that look like whiskers on a cat. They really don't, but whatever. All right. And I associate box and whisker plot with your left hand. Your left hand will give you all the answers. Believe it or not. Okay. Which finger on your left hand has the least amount of power force? Pinky, right? Your pinky, I mean it's useful, but it got no power. Like, it can easily break. So, don't try it at home.
Try to.
So, your pinky, I'm going to turn my paper. Your pinky is called the minimum because it has minimum power. Okay? We don't have a pinky war, right? So there's no such thing because it has minimum power. Okay, going back to your left hand. Which one has the most power?
Pointer or middle?
Your thumb.
No. The middle.
Okay. When you play thumb wars, what are you using? Your thumb. Hence, thumb wars.
I like sword.
So, your thumb is called your maximum. Because that's the one that has maximum power. And when I used to play old school video games, you're mostly using your thumbs. Nowadays, you're using more of these two fingers, but a lot of times, especially the
What do you mean? I'm not a arcade games.
yeah, you're using your thumb more than your other fingers. Most power. All right. going back to the do now. What do we call it when we have a bunch of numbers, we put them in order, and then find the middle number? Medium. So, which one's your medium finger?
The middle.
Middle finger. So we will call it, Sophia, your median. It is called your median because it is your middle finger. So whenever you're like in doubt of what is a median, it's your middle finger. It's in the middle. Yeah. Now, on the next two, your ring finger and your index, I mean, it's just the leftovers. It's brand new vocabulary. You're going to probably look at it and be like, what? Don't worry about it so much. Just we're going to write it down. We're trying to stuff new information into your brain before the map. Lower. So it's called lower quartile. Didn't I say? Quartile. Like tile from the kitchen. So lower quartile. And your pointer finger, your index finger, is called your upper quartile. Okay? So you're not going to understand completely what lower and upper quartile is today. I'm just exposing it to you. I'll come back to it before the SBAC. If you see it on the map, hopefully some maybe minimum and maximum and medium stick to you. Like, oh, okay. If it doesn't, don't worry. We're going to go over it more before the SBAC. Okay. Lower quartile is also called first quartile. Medium is called your second quartile. And upper quartile is also called your third quartile. Depending on who wrote the test, who wrote the worksheet, they're called different. I grew up learning it as lower quartile and upper quartile, but then sometimes I see worksheets that call it first, second, and third, which drive me bananas, but whatever. All right, I need you to draw me a number line at the bottom of this paper. If it fits. Yay. Yay. Okay, draw a number line.
Whoa.
Santiago, stop it. Okay, let's start with 0 all the way to 7. Zero all the way to 7. A box and whisker plot always involves a number line. Okay? That number line might not start at 0. It might start at like 25 and go all the way to like 78. Really random number lines. We'll start off with the basic one. Can you put a dot on top of the 1? On top of the 3? On top of the 4? On top of the 6 and the 7? On top of the 1, the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 7. We are building our box and whisker plot. The first 2 dots are connected via a line. The whisker. The last 2 dots are connected by a line. Another whisker. All right. Now, the center ones are connected by boxes. One box, Daisy. Another box. Kind of look like braces or beaver teeth. Okay, this is called the box and whisker plot. Now, remember your left hand? Each dot represents your left hand in order. So what does my first dot represent?
Pinky.
Pinky, which means what?
Minimum.
Minimum. Second dot is my ring finger.
Lower quartile.
I'm going to write LQ. Third dot is my middle finger. What do we call it? Medium. What is my fourth dot called? My fourth finger?
Upper cube.
Upper quartile. Ruben, write this down. I'll finish on time. What is my last dot?
Maximum.
So, the dots are in order of your left hand. Minimum, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, and then maximum. What kind of questions will they ask you? They'll ask you to identify. Like, oh, what's the median? What's the number in the middle? 4. What's your lower quartile? Oh, my lower quartile is 3. That's the type of questions they'll ask you.
Let's learn about fingers.
Woohoo! We learned 3 things. I'm sure you're all masters at these 3 things I just taught you, right? iPads charged on Monday, please.